It is Sunday, September 3rd, 2023, and we are on episode number 002 of the Subliminal show. Carol isn't going to be with us this evening. Carol is a bit upset, distraught, if you would, so I opted in to take her place. Marker. And action. So, have some bad news, and this is why we're here today. It turns out the drive-in jamboree, we were denied. We were denied access to it. We're just going to jump right into it. It's very sad that we didn't get into it. It was one that Carol was looking forward to exponentially. So excited. She really was ready for it, but things happen. It just didn't work out in that way. So, it is what it is, and it's a part of the ride. So, let's check our notes. So back in the day, now I'm no stranger to rejection. Rejection it comes with life. It comes with the territory. Rejection is literally a part of it. So, back in about 2018, I would send out my resume, cover letters, and applications to game industry positions all over the world. I even made a passport just in case I ended up going to Warsaw, Poland, anywhere like that. I had everything together and I was ready for it. I came close several times. There was a few times I almost got to work on Halo Infinite as a vehicle lighting artist. I was going to render out cool vehicles, which would have been a cool gig. Didn't get it. I was always outbidded. I was outbidded every time by a super senior who had been doing the position for let's say, 10 to 15 years. And willing to go into an entry-level position at entry-level pay just to have job security. I can't blame them. It's a competitive thing. It's all super competitive. I get it. It makes sense. So from 2018 all the way up into about mid-2019, I was putting in resumes, applications, at least 5 every other day. Well, little did I know that during the deepest depression I had ever felt in my entire life was I going to get hundreds of rejection letters. Hundreds of rejection letters. Holy fuck. If that doesn't make you feel unwanted, then I don't know what does. It was devastating. Like a knife in the heart. Besides the point, eventually I did end up with my industry job in which I sacrificed. I sacrificed said industry job for, this entire project that you see before you now. Isn't it nice? I think it's quite nice. So, I'm no stranger to rejection, but Carol really had her hopes up for the drive-in jamboree. Truly did. And that's okay, though, because you gotta be hopeful when you're doing things like this. Rejection comes. It always does, but it makes you appreciate when you finally get it, when you finally make it to the end of the tunnel and you actually get to feel that light. It feels immaculate. It makes you appreciate it more, especially on the days where you feel like everything is shit. It makes you appreciate it more. So, we keep pushing on. Right now, out of the 10 festivals that the full cut is in of SycoPsilico Solutions, with all that being in there is 3 out of 10 that has already rejected us. 3 out of 10. Is this devastating? Devastating's a big word for it. I would say a minor setback. Does it strike the ego? I mean, of course it does. Of course it does. Why wouldn't it? So yes, it does. It strikes the ego when you work on something and you put your own money into it. Your fucking life savings, mind you. When you put all of this into it and then you submit to all these festivals and they tell you no, well, fuck. It makes you feel like you're not good enough. The effort, the suffering that you put in wasn't good enough. That's what it makes you feel like. But I don't allow that to happen. No. Because it's a test. It's a test to see how bad you really want it. And motherfucker, I have sacrificed so many things. So many things. And I will continue to make more sacrifices. I will double down if I have to. I will go ahead and make the second movie if I have to, even if it completely bankrupts me. Why? Because I believe in what I'm doing. I stand by everything that I'm doing. I sacrifice too much to just lay down and die. Too much. Now, the drive-in jamboree, I did believe wholeheartedly that was my ticket. That was my place. I thought that was going to be the way that we all got our creative freedom. I felt like it was going to be our place to really shine, to set free, to kick the doors down. However, it was not. Why? I don't fully know. But I do know it will not deter me from continuing down this road. I won't allow that. I am determined. So fucking determined. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about? So, actually, I want to read the emails. That I got. Just for you all. We're going to read the emails. I did check with Ben, which was one of the people involved with the drive-in jamboree. He was the one I was in correspondence with throughout this. So I messaged first once I got the news. I said, "Hey Ben, I got the sad news about not being selected, but even being able to have a chance to submit to such an opportunity is still amazing to me. I appreciate you all taking the time to watch my film, which was one of the main aspects of this for me anyway. Potentially being selected was a bonus, not saying that I didn't fantasize about being there and got excited about the idea a lot. However, this being my first feature-length film that I produced and built up through the entire production pipeline gives me a learning opportunity that I never would have gotten before. This too being one of those learning opportunities. If you have and would be ever so grateful, I know you all are extremely busy and there's no rush, but I would like a review of the film. I would like for you all to give me some feedback. Also, still debating making the cinematic bar mats a little tighter, wider for that extra art house effect. Again, I want to thank you all for watching my film and taking the time to do so, because someone's time is one of the most valuable things in my eyes. So for you all to take at least an hour and 20 minutes to watch my film means so much to me. Take care and have fun at the drive-in." So, Ben responds to this email. Ben replies, "Hey, it was a tough competition for sure all around. The main thing is that you had your mind set on making a flick, and you got it done, and had the courage to send it in. We're never really finished products in our lives until the lights go out, so as long as you keep your mind set on something and focus on that, whatever it may be, you'll give yourself a better chance of getting to where you want to be. I mean, there's also some luck involved, don't get me wrong. Keep your positive attitude, always work on your craft, and try to improve yourself 1% every day at something, and that'll keep you moving forward. If you happen to be going to the Jamboree anyway, stop by and say hi." Sadly, that's in Vegas. I won't be going by to say hi. I would love to. I would love to. But sadly, I'll be unable to. So, very kind people, very kind-hearted. I'm sad, yes, But does that mean I'm not going to try it again? Oh, you better bet your fucking ass I'm gonna try it again. Do you know why? Because being told no by someone doesn't make you a failure. It just means that someone else beat you to the punch this time. I still did what I set out to do, and I'm not going to give up on it. I refuse to give up on it. And if this inspires you to do the same thing, then so fucking be it. I want you to do what you want to do with your life. It's very important, because you only got this one fucking chance. So if you're ever doubting yourself, don't. Understand that self-doubt is a test to see if you really fucking want it. And I want this with every fiber of my being. I want this so fucking bad. So fucking bad. So, moving on. Now, we got 7 more festivals to go. 7 more to go. As long as I can get into 3 of those, I consider that a win. Now, we got into 2 other ones, plus the event that I am hosting myself on November 29th, which I'm counting as some kind of film festival because, you know, I'm still putting my head on the line with that. When you make something and you put your emotions into it, you put your life into it, everything that you do is going to be a risk. But the bigger the risk, the greater the reward, and I ain't stopping. We're going to get it. So, we're going to keep going, no matter what it takes. Now is where we talk about financials. I hate this topic because I hate money. Money to me is literally a credit system for slavery. That's how I view it ever since my first silly adventure, and I really broke down the aspects of money. I really saw that it was just slavery. That's all it is. It's just slavery. It's a pretty way to make you feel free. So, right now I'm a free man, but my credit system is starting to run, and I know nothing lasts forever. Now, if I sacrifice my freedom and I go back to a 9-to-5, if I go back to the AAA game studio, if I go back to that life because I'm scared of what the future holds, then SycoPsilico is no more. I have to sacrifice SycoPsilico. Do you think I'm really gonna do that? I worked hard for this creative freedom. I struggled and suffered for this creative freedom. There ain't no way I'm letting this go. No. Because if I work a 9-to-5... Now, I was on a podcast a couple weeks ago. It was the Unpaid Lunch podcast. I had such a good fucking time, and I'm definitely going to be back on there. So, look forward to that. So, when I was speaking with them off the camera and off air, we discussed a few things. We went over a few details. There are social media policies at most 9-to-5 jobs that pay worth a shit. I will tell you right now, I know for a fact that SycoPsilico is breaking a lot of those social media guidelines. I know this. Oh, I know this. So, why would I try to go back to something that's going to make me a slave to a system, rip me from my creative freedom, just so I can be a mindless zombie grinding day in and day out? No, sir! I refuse that life, and I will not take it. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. I would rather do something heinous than to do that. I've been there. I've been in that grind, and it, my friend, is fucking miserable. You know all too well how miserable it is. It's just so fucking miserable. I'm not going back to that. Instead, I am now creating contingency plans. I'm putting contingency plans in place to keep my creative freedom active. Oh, we are going to keep our creative freedom. We ain't letting that go. So, how do I keep my creative freedom? I work for myself. So I'm building a contingency plan to continue working for myself in another media aspect. Now, some of the live TikTok audience is gonna get real excited when I say this. Adult entertainment is what I'm looking into. Why? Because I'm fucking good at it. I'm fucking good at it. I'm quite the performer. Hell, even my college mentor told me I was quite the performer. Now, not in that aspect, mind you. Not in that aspect. But I was always told that I was the performer. I get up there, I tell stupid little stories, I perform. I don't go over the important aspects of things. I do, but I like to tell stories because it's entertaining, it's fun, and that's how... If I ain't having fun, then it ain't fucking worth it. I will fuck my way to the top. I don't fucking care. I don't ever want to work a 9 to 5 again, so me going into the adult entertainment industry isn't going to hurt me one bit. It ain't gonna hurt me. Instead, it's going to give me the funding to keep my freedom. Now, it takes a certain type of mind. It takes a certain type of person to put themselves out like that. It truly does. You have to have a certain mindset, a set of nerves that allows you to expose yourself in one of those most revealing levels, most vulnerable levels. I think I would put on quite a show. Is it going to be directly related to SycoPsilico? No, it's not. But it is going to fund SycoPsilico. It is going to allow me to keep my creative freedom. I will fuck my way to freedom if I have to. I am not better than that. I am not above that. Do you understand what I'm telling you? I will do what it takes to keep myself from that miserable meat grinder that everybody calls a job, a career. I will do what it takes to not be a mindless zombie. Besides, I love to fuck. So, are you working if you're enjoying your job? No, not one bit. Not one bit. Do I want to go into the adult industry route? Since 2010, I've debated it. I've thought about it. In 2012, I attempted it. I attempted to have my own production studio. Was I going to be an actor? No, sir. I was not. I was going to be a camera operator, a producer in the sense of editing and throwing some money out on it. That's what I was going to do. I was working behind the scenes on things. But some things happened in 2012, and I was open up to becoming an actor along those lines. I didn't. The whole operation went tits up. It went tits up. But I did learn a lot of the legal aspects of the adult film industry, especially in multiple states and how it works and the red tape there and what you have to go through. Again, I thought about it in 2018 when I had so much self-doubt. From all the rejection letters, from all the fucking video game studios. Oh, devastating. That was devastating because I really thought once I got out of college that it was just gonna happen. It didn't happen until a year later, and it was all about who I knew. And I believe that's how film festivals are set up as well. It's all about who you know, what connections that you have. I'm a fucking nobody. Literally, I am nobody. So, I don't have the connections. And the connections I do have aren't going to support this kind of work. I mean, when you've been told your social media presence is out of control, when you get told that, I don't think, well, you know where I'm going with it. The point is, I'm okay with taking this route to keep this dream alive. I'm okay with joining the flesh trade. Hell, most of y'all want it anyway. You're in my comments constantly. So why not at this point? So, no matter what, I'm keeping this project going. There will be a second movie. There will be a Silico Solutions sequel. I'm going to start writing on it in January. I mean, I've been writing up here for a while, but I will begin pen to paper in January. It's just a part of the process. It's all just a part of the process. So, the other option. There is one more option. Let's say I don't get picked up by the end of this year. There's a lot of things riding on the line behind the scenes that no one really knows about. Not everybody. It's not a public situation. But there's a lot of things riding on the line here. So, if I don't get to where I want to be by January, and I don't have a streaming platform that I can call home, then there's Kickstarter. Kickstarter is another one that I've been mulling around in my head. Kickstarter is a viable option for me. Because with Kickstarter, what I'll do is, as one of the main gifts, will be SycoPsilico, Silico Solutions. So to fund the second movie, and potentially a studio, if I got that far, I'd be grateful and very thankful to even just be able to make the second movie. But if I could get a studio out of it too, well, hellfire, we're cooking with gas now. And that's my favorite thing to cook with. So, we can get that situated. You would have access to the first film, and you get to watch the first film. Plus, by buying and watching the first film, you'll be contributing to the sequel, and I'll begin work on the sequel very soon after I meet my goal. Because most of it, I'll be replicating the original process that I had taken. I already had the connections to start on the second film. So it's no skin off my nose to do a Kickstarter either. Kickstarter, though, isn't guaranteed. Now, I am trying to figure some things out here. So it's either going to be the adult film industry, and trust me, you've seen the quality of work that I put out. And who's to say that I haven't already made a demo and checked it out with my color palette, because it looks really fucking good. I'm just saying. But then we have option 2, which is Kickstarter. Now, I can put these two options together, and I can run the show that way. But I would rather not whore myself out like that. Personally, I would rather just not. There's reasons. I have my reasons. I'm not better than it by any means. I am more than willing to stoop down to that level. But I would rather not if I can help it. It is what it is, though. I will do what it takes to keep the creative freedom alive. Now, Carol is upset right now, so Carol will be around later. Carol is on vacation, taking some time to get the head worked out. I asked her to let me, pop her in this chair over here and zap her head a couple of times with some electroshock therapy. She wasn't about it. I understand why. I would have enjoyed it. Probably a bit too much. Either way, though, I decided I'd take on the show today and call things out and get things to where they need to be. So, on that note, I don't think there's any more to discuss. I believe I laid it all out there. We'll do a quick recap, though. So 3 out of the 10 film festivals that I've applied for has told me no. That is a shame. Does it hit me as hard as it normally would have? No, it don't. It does hit, though. It does strike a nerve. It does get you in the heart. Because I have so much riding on the line with this film. But I know that I'm supported. I know that people love my work. Hell, September 29th, the VIP tickets are gone. They were gone within 2.5 weeks of sales. If that doesn't scream, we support you, then I don't know what fucking does. On top of that, we have our TikTok audience here, who is definitely supportive of the things I do. Given that TikTok fucking shadow bans me on a regular basis, it just means I get to post more violent shit. I'll post more violent shit until I'm not shadow banned, then I'll tame it down a little bit, and then we'll get back in there and fuck shit up again. Because they're gonna shadow ban me regardless. I'm a bit bombastic sometimes, and they don't like that. They just don't like that. Y'all love it, though, but they don't like that. So they mute me every now and again. It's okay, though, because it's just one of those times where I'm like, let's make some new shit. This time, we're taking a vacation. We're playing Starfield, everybody, and let me just say, it's a good fucking time. I'm enjoying Starfield. It's a good fucking time. Enjoy it quite a bit. I tried to go live with it. TikTok said no because the music's copywritten and they muted it, and I'm like, well, that's stupid. So I just ended the live. Either way, we'll try it again sometime. I might play Mortal Kombat or something while I'm on vacation for the TikTok audience. Either way, that's the show.